podcast right now. So,
Welcome back, everybody, to the Outlaws of Xbox podcast. In the week, I got my brothers in here, man. I got my brother Hebot, the most powerful gamer. I also have DJ Tuckmaster in the building, man. We are here today to, kind of, talk about the Xbox, win of the FTC, man. You know what I mean? So we're going to get into it, guys. We're going to talk about that. Maybe we'll talk about some other things, but I wanted to get my brother's perspective and their opinions on on the win for Xbox. Congratulations to Xbox on the win. In court, you know what I mean? We all knew this was going to happen. We said it in numerous podcasts that this was going to happen. That Microsoft and Xbox was going to win this case. And hey, congratulations to Phil and and the whole Xbox team. You know what I mean? For winning. The FTC, man. Congratulations to all them guys. But anyways, let's get into it, man. I want to thank everybody for coming, coming and chilling with us today in this podcast, man. So big shouts out to the chat. They'll be coming in soon. We'll be hearing their opinions and what they think about this whole thing that went on. You know what I mean? So on top of that, man, let's get this show rolling. So we're going to start with my brother Tuckmaster, man. Hey, Tuckmaster, man, thanks for coming again and joining me on the Outlaws of Xbox podcast, man. Shout yourself out, man.
hey, y'all, this is your boy D.
Hey guys,
This is your boy DJ Tugmaster 785, the original pony killer, and the glue factory is open for these ponies. Just take them all to the glue factory, y'all, and just right now it's just a good time to get rid of all of them. So. Let's get this show to rolling.
All right, Tuck, and I can't wait to hear your opinions, Tuck, about the win for Xbox with the FTC, man. And I got my brother, the most powerful gamer, Hiboticus in the building, man. Always coming with that raw truth about gaming out here in these gaming streets, putting those naysayers to sleep. Out here in these toxic streets, man. We got our brother Unlimited is going to be coming in a minute, but while we do that, and I get Brother Unlimited in here, brother, man. Hey, man, tell everybody where they can find you.
Yeah, guys, it's good to be back. Just here trying to talk a little bit about what happened, how it went down on this big, long and prolonged, acquisition and the court hearings, and just you guys can find me on my channel, doing what I do the best that I can. On YouTube and on Twitter and everywhere else, you guys can look me up there with, my information is always in the description down below in my channel. So let's talk a little bit about what happened and some gaming stuff. See what's up.
All right, man. And I want to thank Anthony Chipmunk and Mark for coming in and joining us, man, in the chat. Shouts out to you guys. They're big supporters of me and Unlimited Productions podcast and when he does We Got Next. You know what I mean? Big shouts out to you guys. And speaking, by the way, Unlimited Productions is in the building, man. He's always on fire with his podcast, The Unlimited Truth. Unlimited Productions, brother. Hey, man, tell everybody where they can find you.
That's right. It's your boy Unlimited Production. And you can find me protesting the Activision like the PlayStation fans are. We out here marching in front of their buildings. We got our protest signs. We're coming up with slogans, we will overcome.
That's right.
But all jokes aside, man, it's been wonderful. It's been absolutely wonderful. What a great day yesterday was.
Yeah,
also, let me say, Hebot, man, I missed you, man. I'm so glad to be back on the podcast with you. I missed you, my friend.
Hebot, you there, brother? Oh, he got his mic muted.
Yeah, I'm here.
Unlimited said he missed you, man, on a podcast. Glad for you to be here, man.
Oh, yeah. Oh, damn, brother. You know how it is. It's just, I saw your thing when it was already that's why I usually guys tell you guys, just call me real quick. Because I'll be so busy, I don't see it. And then when I notice, I'm like, oh, fuck. So I was late, and I wanted to get in and chime in. You know how it is, always having a good time. But, yeah, man, I missed you too, brother. I was just your boy Hebot's always on the run, man. I'm always doing shit. That's all.
Hey, man, and Mark in the comments section, he said, yeah, when I said we won that FTC, he said, don't forget that SSD. All right.
SSD. You guys are terrible.
But anyways, guys, I'm glad to have Unlimited Production and he bought my brother in here in Tuck, man. I really want to get into this discussion. I don't want to be too long, but I want us to talk a little bit about it. I heard
want to talk shit.
Oh, I want you to, Unlimited. I really want you to, man, because
Stop
we've been
it.
saying for a while, bro, that we
You
knew
guys,
this was going to happen, man. Hey, I'm hearing a lot of things, Unlimited. Let's start with Unlimited. Unlimited. I'm hearing a lot.
No, hold on, 1 second. Start with Tucker here, but I got a call coming in.
All right. So let's start with Hebot, man. Let's go with Hebot, then we'll go to Tuck, man. Yeah. Then we'll go to Tuck. So Hebot, brother, man, Xbox, brother, they have won the FTC court. You don't have to worry about they won, man. There's a lot of things that been going on lately, man. It's been kind of quiet out here in these gaming streets, bro. Saying people closing their Twitters down, and it's very quiet out here. So Hebot, man, in your own words and in your perspective, brother, now that Xbox have won the FTC case and court hearing and stuff like that, what do you think about all this now, man? Where do we go from here?
well, I mean, it's good because you finally get to move forward and talk about other things that are more relevant, like gaming itself, a little bit. Because it's just been an exhausting process.
Yeah.
This whole thing, the procrastination from Sony, always saying one thing, then coming up with some other stuff, and literally people knowing, and from a long time, that a lot of it is just rhetoric from them to try to procrastinate or prolong the process on purpose, so they could do other stuff, so that because they want to look like they wanted to make themselves look like the victims, right?
Yeah.
And unfortunately, because of the due process of the legal system, it didn't work out that way, right? It basically worked against their favor, and they actually had to let out a lot of dirt that they perhaps didn't think they needed to or wouldn't have to, and they did. So it hurt them. It hurt them ultimately, and now they have to pay that consequence, right? Because they thought they were going to be smarter than the next person, in this case being Xbox, right?
Yeah.
And we all know, that it was just a matter of time, because a lot of people have this whole thing, convoluted and the wrong information. Like, for example, people saying, "Oh, Microsoft just wanted to buy everybody," when the reality was that they went to Microsoft because of the fact that they had those legal cake courts where that girl killed herself. Bobby Kotick is in hot water because they were saying he didn't really do nothing as the head. And so they lost a lot of investors. A lot of investors, pulled back. It hurt them as a company as a whole. And they were on the verge to possibly having to sell everything individually and, becoming just a publisher type company, right? Where they only publish games or sell out whatever they could and maybe cease to exist as a whole, or under the moniker or under the name or bracket of Activision, right? So the fact that that's what happened and they went to Microsoft is mind blowing. How people try to always spin it around saying, "Oh no, it's Microsoft just being evil," when we all know once Microsoft made that commitment in that transition of going and creating something like Game Pass, they needed to make sure that Game Pass, as it grew, it continues to be fed, meaning putting content and quality games and all types of games in there to keep people wanting to come back, to keep people wanting to be invested by renewing. And as far as we know to this point, they have at least 30, maybe even 35 million people subscribed at this point to Game Pass, which is a big, big number, right?
Yeah.
It's almost 1-to-1 with the consoles that they've sold. Okay, as far as we've known so far, right? This generation, right? So, it's something that we didn't understand at first, something that we were afraid of, because it was a new, different approach, an idea, which made no sense. And we were like, "Oh, how is that going to work?" putting the big titles in there. How would they make money if big titles are expensive to make and they're getting more expensive to make? And the reality is that having 35 million people subscribing monthly for the whole year, it's a big chunk of change. We're talking about in the $6 billion mark or bracket a
Yeah.
year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is more than substantial to buy more studios, buy and create more games that are AAA, AA, or single A, right? For that matter. And then not to mention having other third party developers and independent developers join in, paying them up front, making sure that they're sustained and and adding their quality games in there, no matter what the budget is, so that people could discover them, have a better audience and better store shelf life, for lack of a better term, which in real life, if they would just be games that were on the shelf of a store, not being able to people to access it unless they bought it straight out,
Mm-hmm.
they would get overlooked, not sell, and then it would be considered hidden gems that never did well and never get a sequel or never see the light of day of more games from the series or from those worlds, because people would just not take the chance until they're being bargain bin prices.
Yeah.
Because people don't take, unless they really know for sure that it's going to be from a big company or a big developer. They usually don't go out and buy those games. They kind of just leave them in the back burner and be like, I'll buy it when I see it on sale. And as we all know, when a game goes on sale, it's already diminished returns because they make all their profits from the initial sales of release when the game first debuts, right? So that was the real reason why Microsoft started doing all these unprecedented acquisitions, even though people try to change the narrative. And it's great because now we know for a fact that that's always been the case. That's always been what their goal is, and had all the proof and documents to sustain it in court, which it worked in their favor.
Yeah.
And the best part about this is two things, and I'll try to stop because I know I'm being long-winded already, but I haven't really talked about it, so I have a lot to say. The best part of it is, one, that a company like Activision that's been around since the beginning of and the inception basically of gaming back then with Atari, right?
Mm-hmm.
As publishers, right, and even developers, they'll be in a safe place, right? Once this is all said and done, which is a good thing. We're one step closer to finalization. I think the only people left is the CMA, and as soon as the CMA saw the verdict, they went back and retracted and started doing negotiations with Microsoft behind closed doors. They want to change their blockage, I guess, and make some type of other deal for that area in the world, in the UK, which, it was inevitable, because if they don't do something, all those people from their area in the UK will miss out, won't be able to get games on Xbox and perhaps even on other systems if for them blocking it, right?
Yeah.
Because they're going to go forward whether they block it or not in that area. And they know that. So they don't want to miss out, right? And have backlash from their people that live there, right? Which makes
Mm-hmm.
perfect sense. So that's the one thing that now we know Activision is a step closer and being preserved long term. They're not going to just, sprinkle away like a lot of other game developers have through the years. And that a lot of the games that have been dormant and developers that work for them have an opportunity now to go back, revisit, create new things, be safe, don't lose a job, right? And
Mm-hmm.
be able to have creative freedom to do more stuff, perhaps newer IPs as well, with the help of Microsoft, right? And their substantial pockets, right? That's number one. And number two, the other great thing about this is now we can like kind of eliminate all the frauds that try to say all these things, hating on Xbox, right? That always want to talk and say dumb things with no proof, no real evidence, swearing up and down. They got insiders telling them things, and we know for a fact now that it was all bull crap and rhetoric. And so now they go in hiding, and they're trying to go away because they can't bear the fact that they look stupid or that they no longer have another, piece of ammo to fight or argue in a console war, right? Because console wars do exist because it's all business and good fun. But there is a big difference too between console warring and calling out the bullshit. What we normally tend to do here in our circle, in our Knights of the Round Table, is we call out the bullshit, right?
Right.
And then there's the ones that do stupid console warring just for the sake of doing it for no reason and don't even know how to console war in general, right? But
Mhm.
what we mainly do it is calling out BS that other companies do, like Sony and Nintendo, right? Because they don't get a pass, and that other people don't do because they like praising them, saying they're the best, that they're the only ones who care. When the reality is, they're the most anti-consumer in the business today, right? Both
Mhm.
Sony and both Nintendo. Sony more than Nintendo, but they're both anti-consumer, right? And that's something that a lot of these other YouTubers, right, aka influencers, so-called people in the gaming space, don't really like to call out. They love to call out anything Xbox, even if it's false or fake, or even if there's no proof, even if it's a rumor. But they'll never want to call out when it's a Sony deal or a Sony situation or something with Nintendo for that matter. So it's fantastic that now this point of argument is no longer available to them because the FTC lost. They made themselves look stupid because they were trying to lie, and Sony tried to lie, and all their dirt has been exposed. There's no longer anyone that can say, "Oh, that's not true," even with the stuff that came out with Sega,
Yeah.
right? So many years ago with the Saturn, for so many years it was kept quiet, and Sega finally came out and put out the documents out there as well to show proof that they've been doing this since the very beginning, and that they were the reasons why they ultimately had to leave the hardware space. So, I think it's fantastic for the gaming industry as a whole because now it's more opportunity, more money. Obviously, more revenue is going to come into the Microsoft ecosystem and their brand. That ultimately will end up to better features, better hardware, better games, more game deals for Game Pass, and more game deals exclusive period for the Xbox ecosystem, which they still exist. So
Mhm.
all that comes because of this approval being done by the government with the FTC versus Xbox. So I think it's fantastic, and now it's just going to be what's going to happen after the calm before the storm, so to speak. What
Yeah.
happens from this point? How much better is it going to get, or what new narrative will they try to pull, or what new angle they'll try to go out and come at, just to try to see if they can make Microsoft look like the big bad wolf still. But that's pretty much how I feel about them winning so far.
Oh, that's excellent, Ebot, man. That's excellent, man. Great points, man. Great points on
Thank you.
that, brother. Very informative, man. That's why I so glad to have our brother, the most powerful gamer, Hebot, a part of our podcast and our Xbox family, man. Shout out to the chat. The chat's on fire. What's up, 100? What's up, gaming since 1980? Deploy 619. All you guys, Peltrex. Big shout out to Radiance, all you guys. Thank you for coming and joining us, man. We really appreciate it. Up next, man, we're gonna have our brother Tuck Master, give his opinions and feelings about this. Tuck, Xbox has won the FTC court battle, and a lot of different things going on here in the gaming community. People talking about it. Of course, the true Xbox fans are celebrating and are fantastic that this happened. Like I said, congratulations to Phil and him again. You know what I mean, for winning. So Tuck, what's your opinion about this whole thing, man? About Xbox, which we already knew was going to happen, winning the FTC court battle. What's your opinion on it, Tuck?
I'm feeling good about it. I mean, I think it's so groovy that Microsoft, won this case because really, like he but said, Sony got exposed and they got exposed big time. So I want to see where they're gonna go from here because, when you get exposed like that and all that stuff, that's got to, you got to you got to feel real bad about what's going on with your business practices and all that stuff. And we've been talking about this ever since the Sega days and all that stuff. So,
Uh-huh.
and then we've been talking about that ever since then. I mean, we know the reason why Sega went down is because of what they did with the exclusivity, all these damn games they want to do. They just want to lock the market up and
Mm-hmm.
all that stuff. That's the reason why Sega couldn't win because for Pete's sake, I had the Sega Dreamcast.
Uh-huh.
And the first thing I thought was that I was gonna get Madden on the Dreamcast. But come to find out, the reason why that didn't happen is because what PlayStation, what Sony pulled. So to me, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. I mean, it's just about damn time that somebody put them in their place. And I mean, and they pick with the wrong people to do it with. They pick with the wrong people to do it with.
Yeah.
I mean, man, dude. Well, what I try to tell people a long doggone time ago, when Xbox had the 360, 3 rings of death and everything and all that stuff, if that had been any other company besides Microsoft, they would have folded. But Microsoft didn't fold it. They kept it going on, and they kept it going on, and they straightened up the problems with the 360. Then they came out with the Xbox One. Now you see what's going on now. I mean, the ecosystem is totally better than any other ecosystem that I've ever seen. I mean, they put everything together at the right time. Because how long has Xbox been around now? For at least 20 years now.
Yeah, Xbox been around. Yeah, around 20, maybe even a little bit more than that. Yeah, they've been around long.
So they did. So Xbox and Microsoft did their job. They did not abandon it, which some people feel like they should have, but they didn't abandon it. I'm glad to see Phil Spencer came about, and he kept it. No, he said, no, we're not going to ban this. We're going to keep this going on. He said, I got a good idea how to keep this going on, and now you see what's going on today. And I'm so glad to see the FTC, and I'm hoping that and I'm hoping that they learn their lesson, but I don't think they learned their lesson at all either. I know Linda, what's her name? She got a big court hearing with Congress tomorrow because they want to know what the hell is going on with her. Because why she lost so many damn cases and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But no, and they talking about trying to appeal it and all that stuff, which we're
going to talk about it. Yeah.
Yeah, but they do that. That's we're going to talk about that later on. But no, as far as I'm concerned, I love what Microsoft did. I'm glad that they won the case. Now gamers can really enjoy gaming the way it should be, and stop going with the same old. Put games in the store. Let people buy games that cannot afford these games.
Mm-hmm.
It's all a good deal. It's really a good deal. I mean, man, Microsoft got it going on right now.
Yes, they do.
Huh?
Yes, they do. I said, yes, they do. Keep going, Tug. Yes, they do. They got it going on right now. That's right.
And what I tell people, the big thing I tell people is this: we're like Phil said, we're not worried about the consoles. We're not worried about the consoles. We worry about the services, and the services outweigh the consoles because don't get me wrong, I know consoles going after the sale. I mean, like us, we'll buy the consoles. But there's so many people out there that don't want to buy consoles. I mean, they just want to play games. And with them having the Game Pass and all that stuff out, that's a good deal. I mean, that's not a bad deal. I mean, like I said, if you don't have an Xbox, or let's say like you don't even have a PC, I don't even think they done that where they can put the Game Pass on TVs yet.
They were supposed to go on Samsung TVs, and I believe they are on there.
So if they are, yeah, go ahead.
I believe that the new Samsung model TVs that have been coming out lately, yes, I believe Game Pass is built in there, I believe.
Mm-hmm. That's correct.
So other words, you ain't losing nothing. I mean, if you don't want to get an Xbox, you can play on your TV, you can play on your PC, you can play on your tablet, you can play on your phone.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not really losing nothing. And I heard that new handheld that they got out. I mean, not Xbox, but that new handheld from Asus or whoever makes it. They actually says it runs real good. It runs the Xbox games real good on there.
That's awesome. That's awesome, man.
Because I know One-on-One Dragon got one, and he said it actually runs good. He said the only thing he complained about is the battery life, but that's you can always plug it up, and I guess you can still play it, but I don't know. But I'm just so happy to see what's going on with gaming right now. And it needs to stay that way. I'm not really sure about what the other people are going to do, but right now I think Xbox doing great.
I believe they are too, and thank you, Tuck, man. I really appreciate your words on that, man. Hey, man, it's much appreciated, bro. I'm always thankful and glad you can join us. Big shout out to the chat. The Realist is in the chat. Google Poll is in the chat, man. Deploy 619. A lot of good brothers joining us, man, for the podcast. And thank you guys very much for supporting us, man. And thank you for chilling and hanging out and doing some gaming talking with us today, man. So up next, we got my brother, Unlimited Productions, man. On deck, brother. Unlimited, brother. You know that you've been said this, man. We all have said this. We knew this was going to happen. We had no doubts in our mind, Unlimited, that this was going to happen. The FTC thing with Xbox, brother. What is your opinion on this, Unlimited, about the whole thing about the FTC, man, and us winning against them in this court case, man? So, what do you think, Unlimited? What do you have to say about this whole thing, man?
Never a doubt. There's never a single moment through this year and a half process that I doubt, that I flounder, that I change my stance that this was going to happen, that everything was going to be approved, everything was going to be fine. These are American companies, and the FTC, who's got a worse track record than the 2008 Detroit Lions. And if you guys don't know. You guys don't know who the 2008 Detroit Lions were. They were the first NFL team to go 0-16.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So the under Lena Khan, the FTC continues a perfect losing streak of never winning one of these court cases, and they lost again. So there was never a doubt to me, never a moment of wavering. So this is just so what happened this week was what I expected. And as always, because it was Xbox, that means that the gaming world loses their mind. Because we already know how it goes. There's nothing to talk about unless Xbox is doing something.
Right.
Because PlayStation gives you nothing. Nintendo gives you even less. And so it's all Xbox.
Yep.
And what's so great is that now I saw that these guys are pretending to boycott Activision. I'm seeing that they're trying to call foul because the judge's son works for Microsoft, even though that was disclosed before the fact, and the FTC was okay with it. So everything, and they're hoping dearly, right? Excuse me, they're hoping dearly with bated breath that the CMA somehow does something. And listen, I keep telling these people they're regulators. They're regulators. They're not this big, powerful governing body that could stop this stuff. At worst, what the CMA would do is prevent UK gamers from getting Call of Duty on Game Pass. And if I'm an Xbox fan, Xbox Call of Duty, Xbox Activision fan, I'm pissed at my own regulators because they're going to screw up something that's going to benefit me. While the rest of the world, because Phil Spencer literally said this yesterday, 38 countries has approved this merger so far. 38. All right.
Yeah.
So so it's the only one who didn't so far was the UK CMA, right? And they're going to bend the knee. They're going to bend the knee, right? But let's say worst comes to shove, right? And they don't. All that's going to happen is the same way that HBO Max isn't available in the UK is going to be a situation like this. Xbox is going to be like, all right, we're going to put Call of Duty everywhere except that one tiny country. That by the way, that's less than 5% of their install base anyway. So it's not like they're losing the American market on this or something. So my point is the Xbox victory continues, and they're mad and they're angry and they're throwing hissy fits and they're showing how hypocritical they are. Praise Sony when they buy a studio, but hate that Xbox is doing so. They pretend that there's some magical right way to doing all this. It's business, guys. Get over yourselves, right?
Right.
And all that this is going, and I've seen the reactions. They know that this is the death knell, And I love, I love the judge because Judge Connolly said and to paraphrase, this might be bad for Sony, but it's good for the gamers and the consumers. And thank you, thank you. No. I misquoted. She said, it's perhaps it's bad for Sony, but it's good for Call of Duty gamers and future gamers. That's what
Yeah.
she said.
Yeah.
Right. And thank you, Judge. And nobody cares. And you know why? Because this was never about. See, what these Sony guys think is that for some they think that protecting Sony's interest means protecting the gaming world's interest. But
Right.
Sony's only a small percentage of the overall gamer. There are plenty of us who don't own a PlayStation like Tuck. Uh-oh. Okay, good. I thought I had a technical issue there. There are plenty of us like Tuckmaster who don't own a PlayStation. There are plenty who don't own Nintendos. There are plenty who don't own Xboxes. There are plenty who don't own PCs, right?
Yeah.
And so when Xbox says, "Hey, our deal, we're going to put Call of Duty on Nintendo for the first time in over a decade." That's bad for you. Look at that. Nobody else in the world thinks that's bad for gamers except for one fan base. And guys, PlayStation fans, you're still going to get Call of Duty because I was reading how there has been over 1 million articles and they haven't found a single instance when Xbox says we're taking away Call of Duty from you guys.
Yeah.
So next year when PlayStation contract runs out with when PlayStation's contract with Call of Duty runs out and they gotta pay, you know, they lose those benefits. They lose that early access to the maps and stuff in 2024, 2025. And they see that their gamers don't want to pay $70 to play on PlayStation anymore. That's going to be their fault. You should have done better. Listen, we heard it. First place, winning each console generation, sell. If Sony was so great, then you buy Activision.
Yeah, exactly.
And of course now they got to play fantasy land here and pretend that Sony's going to buy Take-Two and Square Enix and all this stuff. They would have done. Why would Sony have waited until the deal goes through to not buy these guys if they were interested in buying them?
Exactly.
You see? So they know they lost. We know we won. You know, and I'm going to rub it in their fucking face. I'm going to rub it in their fucking face as hard as I can. Oh, they deserve it and more. They deserve it for when they celebrated the death of the Dreamcast. They deserve it last year when they when they thought that they killed Xbox during the early years of the Xbox One generation. They deserve it for talking shit on talking shit on Nintendo. And don't get me wrong, I have my issues with Nintendo.
Yeah.
But I don't bother fucking Nintendo gamers. I don't go to a Pokemon video and harass them about it and compare the Pokemon don't look as good as God of War like they did with The Last of Us and Animal Crossing a few years ago.
Yeah.
You know, a notable PlayStation fanboy, Greg Miller, used to work at IGN. He literally talked shit to PC gamers when Naughty Dog released a broken PC port of The Last of Us. Well, watch if I guarantee if Starfield had even a tiny minute issue with on PC, he'll be the same one cursing Xbox to high heaven. Oh, Xbox, you can't Xbox, you kill your developers and dumb shit like that, which won't be true. But you know, if Sony releases a broken game on PC, I told you so. I told you PlayStation's better than PC. These guys, this community are fucking full of fucking assholes who I never seen a situation like this where a bunch of people who lost talk the most shit, right? And so I just don't, under any circumstance, feel the least bit bad. You know,
I don't either.
When I see them upset, and I feel heavenly that the next crash is going to be day one on Game Pass.
Yeah.
Phil Spencer. He was talking about his excitement for Activision. He was listing everything but Call of Duty that Activision that he now owns.
Right.
Everything but you know, he's like, oh yeah, I guess we own Guitar Hero. I think that was one of the games he mentioned, right? Put the next Guitar Hero day one on Game Pass, Phil. Do us that one.
Yeah.
Right. And Phil sounds like me, where my excitement about this isn't even about Call of Duty, because I've been telling y'all for years I don't play Call of Duty. I didn't even like Call of Duty on 360 when it was considered good. For me, the excitement is that they're awesome studios like Raven and High
Mhm.
and what's that other one? High not High on Life, High something, High Moon, High, I think it's High Moon, get to make others, are finally going to most likely make other games than just be Call of Duty support teams. That's what
Yeah.
I'm excited for. I'm excited for the days of them having some form of Cybertron, Transformers War, Cybertron, or Marvel Ultimate Alliance type games again. That's what I'm looking forward to. I don't give a damn about Call of Duty. Put all the Call of Duties on Game Pass and let the Call of Duty fans flock to Xbox, make us more money, and bring us more content.
Hmm.
That's what I'm more excited for that than actually playing Call of Duty, because it's not my thing. My thing with the Activision stuff is that, man, imagine if we could get because I remember Activision used to make all them Spider-Man games
Yes,
on the
they did.
360 Xbox
Yes,
One.
they did.
But before Sony hijacked that license. So,
Yes.
gee, like what if we get our own Spider-Man Webs of Shadow back or something?
Hmm.
That's my excitement. But and this just shows more long-term investment. It shows more long-term investment, something that people pretended for years wasn't happening. And now that the reality hit smacked them in the face, they're crying foul. Well, they're trying to cry foul, but there's nothing to cry foul about. Xbox broke no laws. They didn't do anything dirty. They didn't do anything wrong. You know, hell, it seems like the people at Activision are happy to be under Microsoft now, because things might actually change for their benefit, right?
That's right. That's right. And I think it will, Unlimited. I really believe that it will change. I really
Yeah.
believe that. I believe that wholeheartedly that it will change. I think things are going to be better. I think things are going to be better with Activision, in the Xbox family. I really do believe that they're going to have more times Unlimited to take their time to develop games out. Games come out good. They're going to have more time to do things. You know what I mean? I think Microsoft and Xbox is going to, treat them well as the developers are over there and everything. They always do. They treat all the developers that come over there from other companies very well. I mean, look what Hellblade and that team. They're taking their time to get the game right. It's going to be a fantastic game. When we get it, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be I believe one of the flagship games that'll show off the power of the Xbox Series X, man. So yeah, I mean, I'm glad that they're there, and I think they're going to be treated right, brother. And they deserve it because they work hard. They work hard on their games. So I think it's a good deal, and I'm glad that this has happened, and finally we can start talking, about the future of games coming out for our preferred console, man. So and thank you for those very awesome words, Unlimited. You're always on point, man. You're always on fire, bro. No matter if it's on the Unlimited production or on the podcast with me, bro. You're always on point, man. And I really appreciate that, brother. So on top of that, man, we got we got the first lady of China in here. We got Daya 4568. Hey Daya, how you doing?
Hey, second man. I saw your email a little late, but I'm here.
Daya, I just threw it out there. I didn't say, wow, man, I was thinking, I don't know if Daya's going to be busy. She might not be. So maybe she can come in and give us some of her kind words and gaming knowledge. So Daya, I'm so glad you can join us today on the podcast. And I really appreciate you coming. But Daya, I want to get your opinion too, because you have really good opinions about Xbox and gaming in general. So what's your thoughts, Daya, on Xbox winning the FTC court battle, that we all knew was really going to happen. We knew it was going to happen. We did. We knew. We didn't have no doubt in our mind that this was going to happen. But Daya, what is your opinions and thoughts about Xbox winning the FTC?
Well, I'm very happy this whole process happened because now we know what type of company Sony is and we know what type of company Microsoft is. You can't hide what these companies have done. We don't know every little thing, but we know
Right.
enough to form a picture to see what type of company Xbox and PlayStation and Sony and Microsoft as a whole are. And I think that Sony needed to be exposed because no matter how much people like yourself Unlimited, Hebot, Zinc, and others have, Erock probably, he's been around for a long enough time, has tried to tell people that Sony is a rotten company. It's a rotten company that has done a lot of dirty stuff. And I mean, they're not the only ones, but we're just talking about here in the gaming industry because I know they also had electronics and things like that. But it needed to be seen because if you don't know what the problem is, it can't be fixed. But what surprised me through this process was that you had so many people, entities, and even governmental entities that was okay with Sony doing what they were doing, and in my opinion, destroying the industry. How long was gaming going to last if at least the console side of the market? How long would it last if you have Sony at the helm where it's abusing the developers and its customer base? At, at some point that was not going to be able to hold up. And their motto is to destroy their competition, like not to live in harmony with competition. It's okay if you strive to be number one, but it's a whole nother thing when you don't want anyone else to exist in that area at all. So that should have really gotten the regulators to step up. And what surprised me was that they were completely fine with this. No one, even though they were using Sony for this opportunity, they they were completely fine with these people going at the status quo. Yeah, you could take all the games away from a smaller developer. Not that Microsoft is small, but it's smaller in the market. Yeah, you could steal all the developers and the games away from smaller competition. Sure, we're okay with that. We're okay with you existing in most of the market while we try to force you out. We're okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
Like if what's going to happen in the UK happens, from what I'm hearing, that Microsoft is going to be forced to do a divestiture, I think, of the cloud part. If that happens, well, it leaves the market open for Sony to just run there. They have no competition there. And that's the message I get out of these governments, and that's probably the most frightening thing.
Yeah.
But I would say this now, and to come back around to your question, I'm very happy to see that the law was upheld during this. This is what I was afraid of, was that corruption would overthrow the law. And sometimes the law can't hold up to corruption when it's too much of it. But in this case, it was enough good people to look at the law and follow the law, and that's why everything prevailed. This deal should not have lasted as long as it did, because it was clear that Microsoft was well within the law to acquire. Okay. Again, they're third place. So, and they were not going to supersede Sony, since that was FTC's only concern after all.
Right.
They were not going to supersede Sony. So I'm very relieved that that happened, not only because it's Microsoft, but it's because of the precedent that it set. Now that other companies that want to come in and buy and acquire and grow, they can do that now. I mean, without having fear that somebody is going to get favored and then they're going to be pressed down no matter what size they are. And that was what I was most concerned about. So yes, I'm very happy.
All right, Dan. I really appreciate that. That's awesome. I'm very happy too. Now we can you know focus on gaming and going forward. And then there's a couple other things too. Like Flip, not Flip, but Tuck told me too. Now I'm hearing that and we can get everybody's opinion on what's up, T Reaper. How you doing, man? I hope you're feeling well. Good to see you, man. Flip money in the house, deploy 619. But now I'm hearing that I guess they want to try to appeal it.
The FTC, from what
Y-
I'm hearing, but they don't have any grounds to appeal. They have to prove that the judge mishandled something in the case. They
Yeah,
have to have a reason to appeal, right? You don't appeal just for the sake of appealing. They have to show, well, the judge didn't give us a fair shot here, or the judge had a bias there or something. They have to show a reason for appeal. And I don't they people are running around saying, well, because she had a son that works for Microsoft, but she disclosed that at the beginning and gave both sides a chance to back out, and they both went through with it.
yeah.
So I'm like, well, they have nothing. And also from what I hear, Microsoft didn't even want her as a judge. They had somebody else in mind. So
Oh, okay.
that was the
They wanted to
FTC's
take this thing
choice.
to Washington D.C.
Right, right. This judge Corley, I think her name is.
Mhm.
She was the FTC's choice. So I don't know what they're going to appeal on. And honestly, they got their hands full. They need to be concerned about what the Congress is going to do to them. I mean, the people at the FTC, Lena Khan in particular. She needs to really worry about that because I think she's taking that lightly. But um, if the Congress is serious, she can end up in jail, depending
Oh,
on how far this collusion could have gone. So she needs to be real serious about what she's going to do there.
yeah. Some serious stuff going on, man.
Because you look at everything that she done lost. She done lost every damn case that she that she didn't put forward.
Every case, I don't know if one she's won.
Wow. Yeah, that's crazy, man. The things that they want to do, that we've been listening to and seeing out here, about all this stuff they just want to slander Microsoft about, and the Xbox division is just unbelievable. I've never seen this type of toxicity out here in gaming. Everybody, I mean, as long as I've been gaming and going through this, because we're Xbox fans, and they're trying to acquire these studios and different things like that. A lot of this stuff is just beyond me, man. It's unbelievable, man.
It's mind blowing, man.
You know what I mean, Tuck?
It's mind blowing how they just want to scrutinize Microsoft, but when it comes to find out the real truth about Sony, they still want to take over Sony. I don't get it.
Yeah.
That's who the FTC is fighting for. They was never fighting for us.
No,
They was fighting for Sony through that whole thing. When
Yes,
you
they
mentioned
were.
Sony more than you mentioned, the judge had to insert that in.
yeah,
Okay, so
yeah.
I mean, I don't know what's. At some point, I thought the FTC was just using Sony. I think it's beyond that. I think it's something else going on there because this doesn't make any sense here. What she's doing. I mean, she's like spiraling out of control at this point. It's so embarrassing on a worldwide stage. I mean, the FTC used to be a respected institution. It no longer is. I mean, this has been the utmost embarrassment. The CMA is bad too, but I think the FTC is actually worse. Right now
Man.
under Lena Khan. That's my opinion.
Well, the CMA is bad because they still got that guy who pulling the strings for Sony. Yeah, they need to get his ass out of there.
Well, they're worse because their customers, the people who live in the UK, are getting raked over. I mean, because if that's true about the divestiture, everywhere else people will have access for the same price, will have access to xCloud, but they won't.
Yeah.
It's like these people are just, determined to make sure that the people of the UK don't get the same deal as everybody else in the world does. It's just unbelievable.
I mean, it's hard to believe you got 39 damn countries that is agreeing to what they want, agreeing to what Microsoft is doing.
Yeah.
39 countries. And then you got the other, and then you got the CMA and the FTC still want to be.
Oh no, no. When Phil Spencer said 39, he included the U.S. because this case is over.
It's
They
over.
won.
Oh, okay.
They won. And the FTC at this point is just a kid crying because she had to share her toys. That's all. That's all that is.
There's no legal grounds for her to appeal. She can appeal.
This is over, Tuck. In the U.S., this is over.
Yeah,
this is over. I mean, she doesn't. Microsoft is got the okay from the judge to just close, and that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to close.
Yeah.
Okay, nothing's stopping that closing. I don't know why ponies are thinking that. Oh, they block. They can't block anything. They never could block anything. Oh, they was trying to get the judge to. That was a temporary block to try to get the judge to go through with that. But no, they can close. The judge has even shortened the time so they can close. And yes, they're gonna close. And and they will close over the CMA if they have to. So the CMA can try to tap dance their way to make it seem like they're greater than what they are, but they'll end up having Microsoft pull back and say, "Forget it, we'll just close it."
Yeah. Guys, again, I need to reiterate: they're regulators. they're not they're not like some president or some dictator or some country, and even then they'd only have power in that one country. This isn't a worldwide,
Right.
this is they're not some worldwide entity.
Right, Unlimited.
Yeah.
When I see the PlayStation fans hold on to hope about the CMA, I'm like, you better be a UK PlayStation fan, or else you look dumb as hell.
The problem is that the CMA fed into that because you can I follow Post Up, and he did an
Yeah.
excellent job at
Yeah.
doing breakdowns of what was happening, and he said that the CMA was trying to do a global block of Microsoft having, like, let's say Activision wanted to just sell them COD or something like that, right?
Yeah.
They tried to do a blanket global block of preventing Microsoft and Activision, which is not this American companies, keep that in mind, from doing a private purchase like that. So that was completely beyond their powers. But he spoke on that. I don't know if you guys follow Post Up, but he did a
I know who
great
he is.
job. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, he did a great job. And when I first heard that, I said, okay, this has gotten ridiculous. Now they're trying to regulate for everybody else's market.
Wow.
But
Yeah, that's not how
he
it
was
works.
right. We know that, but the CMA was overreaching. That's the whole thing. This is why I was convinced that Microsoft was just going to close over those people because they had lost their mind. I don't know what they was thinking with that, but they
Yeah.
was going to get all that straightened out with Cat. I'm sorry, didn't mean to cut you off.
No,
But
no, you
yeah,
go ahead, Dad. Go ahead and finish.
yeah, Cat. They was going to get all that straightened out with Cat, not
Mhm.
for the sake of obeying the CMA, but for the sake of just setting that precedent to show that Cat had overstepped their bounds, trying to regulate them globally. It's fine in their market, but outside of that, they can't tell them that outside of the market for 10 years they can't do anything with Activate. What the heck are they getting that from? So that I was like, yeah, these people are drunk on power or something. I don't know. I can't speak on the CMA and what they have over there,
Well,
but
they're drunk, but I wouldn't call it off power.
yeah, that's what they. But the FTC seemed like they wanted to be a CMA. That's why they did that last minute change with the judge. Their internal judge could have made that decision after evaluating everything, but they went and changed the law to where that judge can only recommend it back to the FTC. Same thing that happens in the CMA. So it was unbelievable what they were doing. They were changing laws at the last minutes and stuff. This has been the most terrible display of regulation I have ever seen.
Yes.
And that's why I was ashamed at what was going on with the FTC. But I'm very happy. Like I said before, I'm very happy that the law prevailed.
I guess Daya and Unlimited Tuck, I guess you can see the FTC of whose side they really were on, huh, guys?
Yeah,
Yep.
I don't it I think it became personal for Lena. I do. Nothing else makes sense to me. I think yes, Sony is useful idiots, okay, for both sides. I think for the CMA and FTC, because they knew their arguments were stupid. But I think that Lena wanted that. She wanted that trophy. I think she was so close to it she could taste it, and I
Mhm.
think that this woman is not suited to sit in that seat. They need to replace her. They need to replace her, and I don't say that lightly, but she needs to lose her job.
Big
She
time.
cannot do
Big
that. She
time.
can't, because our economy relies on competent people to sit in that position.
Right. Mhm.
Because coming to find out, what I did not know is that they still there's still files that she don't want to even show Congress.
Yeah, she holding documents from Congress. Who can remove her? They can remove her.
And they
So
need to remove her.
she's out of her mind. I don't know. Something's not right with her.
Well, she's young. I mean, how old is what? 20-something years old?
Mhm.
She's young, but I've seen capable people who were young who could do their
Yeah.
job.
Yeah. But she's just not doing her job. I think she just got something against. I mean, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't know if she have anything against the United States or what. Because I've never seen nothing like this.
Me either. And for a vertical merger, they said nobody has ever tried to block anything for
She's
something
older than
like
me.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Couple things, Tuck. One, she's more of an ideologue than against America, and that her she's more politically loyal than disloyal to the country, you know. And she doesn't she's doing what Democrats say that they were going to do. Oh, we're going to fight big tech and all this stuff, and they don't. And in her case, she just loses all the time.
Right.
So that's more or less her situation. And Zink said she's 33.
Oh wow,
Oh
Yeah.
shit. Now.
she should know better, in
Yeah,
my
but
opinion.
yeah, but I mean, all everything they're doing is moot. All right, this is gonna
Agreed.
go through. This went through. You know when this went through, the moment that 98% of people at Activision, the shareholders at Activision, approved it.
Yep,
That's
Yeah.
when it went through.
yep.
Yeah.
The rest has just been protocol, if you will. You know, and
Yeah.
there's a reason why 39 countries approved it so far. There's a reason why only one tiny country that's less than 5% of Microsoft market share, Xbox market share, I should say, are the only one that's kind of sort of fighting, kind of,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and even then they're fighting a losing battle.
Right.
And their excuse me, their biggest cheerleaders are a bunch of dudes, a bunch of PlayStation fans with like 2,000 subscribers, you know. So
Uh-huh.
it's not like they're on the winning team either. So
And
yeah,
you know what's even worse, Unlimited, is that the people of the UK is going to suffer long term over this. If you think that even though this went through, they watched the tech industry watched all of
mhm,
this, and they're not going to have any confidence in the regulatory body in the UK and
Yeah,
America. They know it swings left and right based on whoever is in politics. So once
yeah,
a
yeah.
Republican is back up there, they'll be full force again. But I think is a lot more unpredictable with the UK, and I think because of that, that could end up hurting the UK long term, especially since they want to become a big tech hub.
Mhm.
So
yeah.
Well,
That's a man. This was just this is like all over video games too, and then like Unlimited said earlier, and they never were going to lose Call of Duty. It was basically honestly about that Call of Duty, man. Because
it
yeah.
was
that was
never
that
it
was
was never about that. Jim Ryan knew. He knew they were never going to take it off. He just wanted to he told Lulu the truth. I told you guys I felt he told Lulu the truth. Remember
Oh,
you guys asked
100%.
me, was he lying or telling the truth? I told you it was a little bit of both. That when he spoke to the shareholders, he was telling the truth, and when he spoke to Lulu, he was
yeah.
telling the truth. He wanted to block the deal, period. But at the same time,
Right.
he also knew that Microsoft was never going to remove Call of Duty off of their platform. He just
Mhm.
wanted to stop it. It was never about Call of Duty.
What do you got? And Daya, that's interesting. If it wasn't about the Call, why do you think he just wanted to do it? Period. Because he just hates Microsoft. Period. I mean, why
No,
do it?
he looks down on Microsoft. They're not good enough to him. I've always noticed, look, I don't pretend to be a mind reader, but I can sometimes read into people.
Right.
And Jim Ryan looks down on Xbox. You best believe he does. And even the leadership, he thinks they're incompetent. And when he wrote that letter to Phil Spencer, he
Yeah.
he pretty much spit in Phil Spencer's face.
Yeah.
He pretty much said, oh, you want us to sign your little deal? Because he knew they were never going to take it off, right? So he's
Hmm.
like, give us everything. We want all of Bethesda. We want Starfield on our platform. Oh, and by the way, we don't want to have to pay anything for COD. You just give that to us. Unbelievable.
Wow.
You don't. If you got any respect for any partner that you're doing business with, you don't bring an offer like that.
I
No.
Phil after that, I know Phil's whole demeanor changed after that.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
I'm
I know
telling
Oh
you,
yeah.
Phil is
Phil originally called them. Sorry to cut you off there,
no,
Daya.
no, no. Go ahead. I'm
But
sorry.
Phil originally called something like, "All right, man, we get Activision. Let's start our strategy, guys." He calls up Nintendo. Hey, you want a 10-year deal? Yeah. Calls up Nvidia. You want a 10-year deal? Yeah. Calls up Steam. You want a 10-year deal? Nah, we know you ain't gonna remove Call of Duty. So you good? All right, bet, man. I'm good with you, Gabe. Calls up Sony. You want Call of Duty? Call of Duty? What are you talking about? Oh, we just bought Activision. You bought Activision? No, we don't want Call of Duty. Oh, so hey, so what can we do to get you Call of Duty? How about this? You don't put it on Game Pass. You give me all. You give us all
Right.
the games. You
Right.
make sure the Xbox Series S has no benefits. Phil's just on the other end like, this motherfucker is not trying to make the rules over a company I just bought. He hung up. He called up the president, Brad Smith. He called up his gangster,
Right.
his G Matt Booty, his
Yep.
dirt, the
Booty
guy who does
silent
the
killer.
dirty. Yeah, the silent killer, the guy he sends the guy he sends out to do the dirty work. He like, Matt, I
Right.
got a job for you. Hitman, I'm gonna call him Hitman Matt Booty from now on. Hitman Matt, I got a job for you. Hitman was like, what's up, man? We gotta take out Jim Ryan now, and he's like, bet, right? And so that's where they came up with that infamous 10-year deal, and Brad Smith saying in public, hey, you could sign, they could sign in any time, right?
Yeah.
And Xbox knew since day one they had the winning hand, and
Yes.
they knew that it was going to be approved, or else like Hebot said earlier, Activision would have never went to them, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know, Activision would have never went to them. So he got, Hitman Matt, Sarah Bond. I need to think up of a nickname for her too, because she's a G as well. Sarah Bond. She's like, hey, Sarah Bond.
Her name is Gangsta.
Gangsta Bond.
Yeah, Gangsta Bond. Yeah,
Gangsta Bond.
The Dawn.
Yeah, so he's got his whole team, man. Gangsta Bond and Hitman Matt. And like, find your best green jacket for the court date, Sarah. And she's like, yeah, I think I got the perfect one, right? And so they got together and they just they've been wrecking house for the last year and a half. And here's the best part: they got Sony to expose all their secrets.
Yes.
Oh, this was so master. This was a master plan by them, man.
The master plan.
Master plan by them.
You know how you know that it was all planned, because Microsoft even calculated down to the day that they would have this thing passed. They knew the steps. I told you they're a very seasoned company. And I'll also reveal some other things too. They are okay. I think Starfield and buying Bethesda was a hit back at Sony for trying to take too much away from them. But I think I think they also agree with Activision for multiple reasons. But another thing is, Phil is slowly taking all of the chess pieces off the board. And don't be surprised if he go after something that we won't even suspect, something that Sony relies heavily on. Now, although I do believe they're going to go after Sega, they may even target Square just because Sony relies on Square. I think you're going to see a new Xbox moving forward, because I think that last offer that Jim Ryan tried to bring before Phil that insulted him, I mean, all who he is and all the work he's done and how long he's been in the industry, for that man to give him an offer like that, you just don't do that in the business world. You don't do that. You don't insult a person like that. And I think that I don't think, I told you guys before, Phil doesn't forget when he's been wrong. Those developers I told you that wronged Xbox, why do you think they weren't on that list? None of them were, because he's never going to do business with them again. Once you cross him, that's it. You're gone. Okay. And he's going. I don't think they stop until the same thing they tried to do to Xbox, they're going to try to do to Sony. They're just going to do it in a different way. And Microsoft is a lot more sly about it. But with Matt Booty, we found out he was saying, let's just outspin them to death. They can't keep up with us with that. I forget what it was. I'm paraphrasing here, but I think he got the team on board, and I think the motivation is there. If we ever thought that Phil was too soft, I think he saw and he knew a lot of stuff behind the scenes, but I think he was trying to work within the system he was given. And then with Microsoft not supporting them, he had both hands tied behind his back. But it was make or break here, because they couldn't survive much longer like that. And he must have gave Satya a heck of a plan to get that man on board and to put all their resources behind this, because now Sony's no longer facing Xbox. They're facing all of Microsoft. And that's something to be frightened about.
Yeah, it is. It really is. Yeah, it really is. It is. It really is, man. I think moving forward, things are just going to get better and better and better, man. We always knew this, As you can see, where they at? They ain't in the chat. Are they unlimited? They're not damage controlling, are they? They're not damaged.
Yo, they were all over my show on Monday. Where the hell are these?
yeah,
They
they were.
were. That was Monday, right? Yeah, that was before.
Oh man.
No, you're right, Unlimited. You're right. They were. They
Yeah.
were. You're
Yeah,
right.
they went into hiding fast, man.
They were. That's right. They were, man.
They went into hiding fast, man. They
Hey, but you know what? The way I see it like this, let's say like if Microsoft don't buy Sega, they still have the games on the Game Pass.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're gonna buy Sega. I'm
I
telling you.
believe they are.
They're gonna buy Sega
myself. That's if Sega really want to sell.
Sega's on the hit list, and Sega wants to sell. Did you see their response that they gave?
I heard about that response. I heard about it. Yeah.
Yeah, they're not going to come out and say that now. It's too delicate for Microsoft, right? They're not
right.
Gonna, the FTC don't want tech buying anything bigger, so they're not going to say that. But they was like, well, we're not looking to be acquired for now. Who do you think else is looking for at Sega to purchase them? Now, I think Sega's not going to just, they're a Japanese company. You have to understand the sensibilities of a Japanese culture. Okay, they just don't hook up with anybody. They have to have some type of relationship with you. And what does Sega point out in that statement? That Microsoft cherishes them more than no, I don't know if they use cherish, but they I don't know. I'll use cherish. That's what I got from it. They cherish them more than any other entity out there, more than Sony, more than Nintendo. They made that statement. That's a positive thing because among the Japanese is when they're going to do a business deal with you, it's also how well they feel, like they get a feel of you. They have to get a good feel of you too. They just don't chase after money blindly like some other places and other companies do. They don't do that. You have to have a good relationship. You have to develop that. Sometimes that takes years. Mm-hmm. So I know.
Wait, Daya. Are you saying that Xbox is fostering relationships before they buy Sega? I thought they only threw. I thought they only threw money to monopolize the business. I thought Sony were the ones who formed relationships before buying everything. Wasn't that their narrative for the last 3 fucking years? Excuse my language.
It was, and that whole thing about Sega showed that that's not the case because Sega made it clear that they like, in other words, they like the way Microsoft looks up to them and how they treat them. That's a big deal in making an acquisition to a Japanese company. And on top of that, they've had a long relationship. But add on to that, how good have their relationship been lately? Now they're getting all these games from Sega just showing up in Game Pass and showing up on their platform. They're heavily supported. And don't forget, they got some kind of crazy super game going on in the background that we don't know what that even is. So they have projects going on in the background. They all the signs that says, and Sega also, I want to add, this is something that I said with Post, not I think yesterday or something, is that Sega has been slimming down. They got rid of their arcade business and all this stuff. They're getting ready for acquisition. And who do you think wants them? And what did we just find out? That they're on the hit list. They're on the hit list. Microsoft is going to get Sega. They're going to get Sega.
Yeah, man. Matt Booty got a dangerous hit list out there, man.
Yes.
Y'all know he's the one who does these acquisitions, right? Y'all do know that's his job, right?
Yeah.
He's the one that's going to these dudes like, all right, how much you want? That's how he walks into the office too. They're like, who's this white man with this bag of money? I think he works for Microsoft. And sometimes he walks in, he don't even say anything. He just dropped the money on the table and put the contract in their face and like sign here. To see the sign here sign, they sign it and boom. Hey, Xbox just bought Ninja Theory for like $117 million, however much it was, right? Damn. So Matt, Hitman Matt, man, that's his new name, Hitman Matt. And like Daya said, he got the hit list and everything.
Yes, that's what I call that list.
Focus. He had a long list too.
It's long.
It was a Sobo, a mix of publishers and developers, man.
Yep.
I gotta find that list.
There. And I'm telling you. Yeah, get that list Unlimited, because I'm telling you, the ones, if you see any names that's on that hit list that they're currently working with, those are the people I think they're gonna go after first.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
And also, there was some great I think their ID at Xbox demos that are out too.
Oh, that's
Yes.
right.
Yes.
Oh,
that you can download. Yeah, there's some great demos out there, guys. There's some
I
yeah,
gotta
great
yeah,
get.
demos.
yeah.
I gotta get some. Maybe I'll do that tonight.
I didn't see that show. The Xbox ID show they
I
did
didn't
with
get to see it either.
iGaming.
I
Unlimited.
didn't either.
I gotta check it out when we're done.
It's been
Y-
too much going on lately and
Oh
stuff.
yeah.
It's just so busy.
Do you think the FTC thing with the court and all that probably overshadowed it? Would you say?
Yeah, 100% because the ruling came down the same day as the show yesterday.
Right.
Yeah, it did.
It definitely overshadowed it, man. I mean,
Yeah,
it's a shame, but
100%.
you know, it did overshadow it, man. It's just a good day. I believe for us, man. I mean, me Unlimited and Day, all that we've been saying this, man. We knew that it was going to happen. There was no doubts in our mind, man, that this was not going to go through, bro. I mean, it's the inevitable. You know what I mean? Sony, I believe, honestly, everybody, I believe Sony. I believe they're on their way out. I really believe that they're on their way out, man. They're really it showed the ugly, we're on their ugly head big time, especially with this court thing. I mean, it's bad. It's really bad for them right now, man.
Yeah,
It's
and remember, Sega man, the PlayStation 4. If they did get lucky with the PlayStation 4 generation, that was going to be their last
Yes.
console.
Yes, it
Yes.
was.
because the PS3 bled them dry.
It did. Yeah.
It
Oh
was
yeah.
dry. So
Oh,
so
yeah.
so they're one bad generation away from going the way of the dodo bird.
Yeah, man. Now they're here. Now they're supposed to be in talks of making a PS5 Slim.
Yeah, and I mean,
Yeah.
gosh, these people are spending money after money. You got a VR set that costs more than the actual console that people have invested in, and then you got this PS5 that's obviously overheating. It can't handle the games that it has. That's why I think the PS5 has been holding back the Series X. In my personal opinion, I felt that from day one.
Yeah.
That the reason why we don't see more going on as far as where the tech can take us is because of PlayStation. They're considered the market leader, and people want to produce for them more than they do for Xbox. So that's why we're seeing games that are lackluster and not up to where they could be. So
Yeah.
I almost want them to come out with the Slim, for goodness sake. I mean, maybe then the Xbox can be really utilized by these third parties, but
Yeah.
but at this point, I mean, goodness, they people got to buy a Slim already, and they really do need to buy a Slim because I mean that PS5 ain't nothing but junk.
You're right.
I mean,
yeah.
it's
You're-
not good. I never
you're-
thought that system was good to begin with. So
And then my biggest question is this: what about the little handheld that they will be coming out with?
Oh snap! That's right.
That's
They,
right,
They
you're
got
right,
a
you're right.
$300 handheld coming out.
yeah, geez.
Or did they say under 300? I don't remember.
I
I
think
know
they said
the word 300. was
I
coming.
think they said 3 something, but either way it go, that's gonna be too damn high. They're gonna have too many doggone things out. I mean, their VR is flopping. They
Mhm.
their machines are overheating as we hear that they are. I
They
don't know. What
don't
to do.
forget their elite controllers that don't have it has less battery life than their regular controller.
Yeah.
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 I'm like, geez. Oh
So
my
yeah, that's
god.
you're not even hearing nobody talking about the controller no more.
No.
That's
I
true.
don't think anybody's buying one. Who would buy an elite controller that dies faster than your normal controller? And you paying
That's
all
Right.
that money?
$200. It's more expensive than a regular lead. It's $200.
Damn.
Jeez. Ugh.
So man,
Those prices they have, man. I think if they bring out that handheld tuck, I'm gonna be honest with you, with all this other stuff coming out, the Asus or whatever you say, all this stuff coming out, I think it's gonna go the way of the Vita. I don't think it's gonna be able to survive, man.
It won't because
well,
it's more competition out there. And by the way,
well,
I've said this to other people. That's also competition to Nintendo. They all
Yep.
have to start getting better because
Which-
if you can get a handheld anywhere and it's excellent and runs everything, why would you invest so much into Nintendo? I know they have good games, but you can emulate too.
Yeah.
and they there. And the thing about it is, you can't even take the doggone controller. I mean, the handheld out your house. You
No.
gotta be around the damn system.
Yeah,
What's the use of having it then?
that's a good point.
So ain't
I
no
don't
sense
know.
in even having that thing.
Oh, that don't make much sense.
No.
You
My
can't take it
God.
out of your house.
No, it has to be connected. I guess Bluetooth wise or something to the main system.
Oh hell
The main
no.
system.
So it's
Hell.
only meant for in your house and stuff.
Hell no. It's going to go the way of the PS Go. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You can't even take it out of your damn house. That's
No.
crazy.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, you have to purchase and have a PS5 for that to work.
That's crazy, man.
that's craziness.
That's going to fail, bro. You know that, right? That's going to fail, man. That ain't
It's
going
gonna fail like everything else they got out there failing. Shit.
That ain't bringing out all this hardware and shit. That ain't going to do nothing, bro. That's not going to do anything.
No, and I mean, and the thing about it is, the PS5 Slim, when it does come out, is it gonna be any more powerful than the one that they got out now?
No, their slim consoles are never, because remember the PS2 Slim was the same thing, just smaller.
Yep.
The PlayStation 1, remember that light gray PlayStation 1 that was smaller?
Yeah,
And sometimes it came.
Yeah, it's real
Yeah,
small.
that was the same power as the regular PlayStation 1. There are 2 PlayStation 3 Slims that were even worse than the original because they removed the backwards compatibility in that.
That's
and
right.
those,
Mhm.
And the
Yeah.
PlayStation 4 Slim was the same as the regular PlayStation 4. So the PS5 Slim Tuck is just going to be a smaller version of what I have now, basically.
Yep.
Oh man.
There's still people out there that don't, believe it or not, there's still people that actually don't even have a PlayStation 5.
You know that damn thing's
Yes,
gonna
still
cost.
people. They selling PlayStation 4s. And what gets me, nobody complains about that.
Nope.
I mean, they still selling PlayStation 4s. Who in their right mind would buy a PlayStation 4 when you can just buy a Series S or Nintendo Switch? I get one of those over that, but my goodness.
I would.
Yeah, I mean, at least with Nintendo, you get good games with it and stuff. You get it's more. Even though it's not a strong console, it doesn't have to be for their type of game. So,
Right.
I'm
And
like,
guess
yeah,
what,
But it has to be for third party because
it does for third party. Yes.
Nintendo fans can't keep going out with all these big third party hits, man. They don't even get AA. A lot of these AA games, like there's this great looking game code out next year. I'm excited to play Atlas Fallen. Nintendo's not getting that. Nintendo didn't get this awesome game last year, this awesome hack and slash Solstice. So Nintendo don't even get these AA games because it's 2 weeks, much less the big AAA. So everybody keep telling me they're exclusive, and I agree 100%. Their exclusives sell well, and their fans are happy with that. But Nintendo needs to start making games, console that can run modern games. Man.
I agree with that.
That's
on
true.
a personal base. That's why I don't invest in it.
Yeah,
if you did, you have to have something else with it. You can't just have a Nintendo by itself.
Yeah.
I tell you one thing, man. At least you could take the Nintendo Switch out your house.
Right.
Yeah, true. But listen, the Nintendo Switch is 7 years old. 6 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I still have never seen somebody actually play with it outside their house. I'm still waiting for the day I'm out because listen, your boy Unlimited does not stay home all day. So I'd be out and about, and I still have yet to see. Not even a kid. I don't even like a kid just randomly playing with it. So I'm still trying to find that person that plays on the go, like they keep saying.
Yeah.
See, that's why I think the Asus, in my opinion, I think that one's the most promising because you could play anything on there. You could put Game Pass on there. You can do Steam through Windows, because it has Windows on there. So that would be my top pick. I love the Steam Deck, and I have a lot of Steam games, so I would just probably play those on that. But it would be a headache trying to get Game Pass to work on it, though. I don't think that's an easy feat. But the perfect setup is the Asus, where you can just have it through Windows, put Game Pass or PS Plus if anybody here has that. PS Plus, Game Pass, and Steam or whatever else you have online services, if it's Ubisoft or whatever, but you can just play all of that on that little handheld, and I think that is more promising in my opinion.
And does that Jesus you're talking about there, does anybody know the price on that?
I think it's roughly around the Steam Deck price. I forgot. I did. Let me take a look.
I wonder if that's going to be.
I forgot because
I wonder if that's going to be very expensive. I think Tuck said that 108's Dragon has one.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Always the intersection.
It seems like whatever comes out, 108's has it.
Oh, he's into tech.
He buys it all.
Yeah, he's into that. He's strongly into
Okay,
tech.
I
Yeah,
see it
he
here.
got the PSVR too.
Yeah.
That's the only unboxing video I ever seen of that console.
Oh wow. He
Was
bought that.
108. Yeah, 108 unboxes everything. The only unlimited. He did do.
Oh.
Man, that dude got. If he got the Jesus, man, I mean, damn, that's brand spanking new. Oh, Toolman said it's $700. God damn.
Oh, okay.
Whew.
Yeah, I'm seeing it now. He's right. And in some cases it's a little higher.
God, that's. I mean, if it does like you say, damn, maybe some people, if they had the money to cash,
Right.
it'd be
If
worth it to invest in.
if you're on the go all the time and you
Yeah.
still want to game and do a little bit of everything, like I said, then that's for you.
Yeah.
If that's what you want to do, like I said, you would be able to run because it has Windows mounted on there. It's not Linux like the Steam Deck has. You can run anything. You can put Game Pass on there. You can, if you got Steam, you can do with Steam through Windows. You can do PS Plus, I'm sure, on
Yeah.
there. You can have all of that stuff on there.
Yeah, but Zinc brings up a good point. $700 is more than a Series S with the expansion card.
Yes.
I agree. I
Yes.
agree. I
That's
agree with that.
That's too much.
But if you're a person who only does on the go gaming,
Yeah.
Them tech dudes, unlimited, them tech dudes, bro. They'll have it. Them big tech dudes, man. They'll have them, man. They get those, man. They'll have them. Yeah, they'll have that shit. I wouldn't pay $700.
I would wait for the
you
price
know,
to drop or
has to go,
Black
yeah.
Friday sale or something. I wouldn't pay that. Yeah.
drop at least $250 or something. I mean, that's kind of
Right.
high right now, man.
Yeah.
$700 unlimited.
high,
That's
yeah.
too high.
At $700, even if it's a handheld, it better not run any game worse than a console game.
Right. Yeah, if that thing says it does, like Daya said it does, that's cool. That's cool, and it's going to give some competition to the Steam Deck.
Yes,
Stuff
and
like
we
that,
need
so-
that because that's really what's going to drive the prices. We need more people getting into that and investing into handhelds. But it seems like they finally have an interest in it, and maybe it's because of the new subscription model of gaming. Maybe that's what they were waiting for because you get like Game Pass and you can play. Let's say you travel a lot, that's your job. You
Mhm.
really don't have time to sit down in front of a TV and game and stuff, and especially not at a PC. Maybe your PC is just for your work. You don't want to game on
Yeah,
that thing.
yeah.
So, a handheld is great for that for a person like that. It has its market, but it does have to come down in price. But I think what really has emboldened that market is the new subscription gaming model. That's what I think has done that.
Hey, and Daya and Unlimited and Tuck, let's shut them up some more with something that they've been running with. For instance, breaking news. If you didn't hear, Pony Bots, Microsoft is bringing back that $1 Game Pass.
Oh yeah.
They complain, whine, moan, bitch, and complain about that. And I seen on the computer they bringing it back. The $1 thing. They're bringing that back. I don't know how long, but they're bringing it back.
Yeah, that's smart because they're getting ready for Starfield. That's the key.
Mhm.
Are you going to be willing
it
to
right
let
on the
Game
money,
Pass
Dan.
go
You hit it
and
right
you
on the
play
money.
some of Starfield? And Starfield is a long game. Like, don't expect to beat that game like in one sitting or in several sittings. So that game is going to hook a lot of people in, and then I think Xbox is confident that Game Pass in of itself is a great value, and once people are in there, they won't leave.
Yep.
Yeah, 100%, Dale, 100%.
Go ahead,
go ahead.
Unlimited. No, brother, Unlimited, you go.
Oh no. I was just saying, man. That $1 deal. That's the. It's time to hook more new subscribers. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hooking more new subscribers. So for anybody who just got the $1 deal, welcome to the Xbox community. I'm Unlimited Production. I hope you enjoy. Hope you enjoy. I hope you have as much fun with it as we do.
Yes.
It's a great place to play.
Yeah.
But let's see. Yeah. Otherwise, man, just such a great time. I'm so excited for everything. So Starfield. I'm taking some days off work for Starfield,
Oh,
and it comes out that same week as Labor Day weekend.
Mhm.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Nice. Yeah.
so I'm gonna enjoy a long weekend to play Starfield. I'm excited for that game.
I bet you. Hey, I bet you are, brother. I bet you are.
Unfortunately, we're still 50 something days away, man. Because this
Yeah.
Todd Howard, man, why you have to put it after two of the longest months of the year? You know, both July and August have 31 fucking days we got to get through. I always got to make it hard on a gamer, man. But words cannot explain how excited I am for Starfield. Starfield is one of them games that even if it wasn't exclusive, I would have been praising it, excited like I was last year with Gotham Knights, where I was just so excited because it's a game I badly want to play, exclusivity or not.
Right.
Because unlike a lot of people in this gaming bubble who pretend that only exclusives matters, I understand that listen, 95, hell, maybe like 99% of games are playable on other platforms.
Right.
So exclusivity is for the handful of games. You really are just picking and choosing what type of games you like more at this point. Do you like the shooters and do you like the variety, I should say, that Xbox gives you these days, or as an RPG fan like me, is that your thing? Are you into the Japanese games like what Sony specializes in, or the third-person story-driven games, or do you like the more kid-friendly, easy to play type games that Nintendo specializes in? Other than that, most of what you get you could play elsewhere. So to me, it's not, so that's why I don't get too hung up over exclusivity.
I don't either.
Because again, when 90+% of games are playable on PlayStation, Xbox, PC, or Nintendo in some shape or form, the only ones who are missing out are Nintendo because they miss out on a lot of modern games. But other than that, you're good.
Yeah.
No, you're usually good no matter where you play. And hell, I wouldn't be so anti-Sony if they weren't such an awful company with the worst fan base I've ever seen in my life. If Sony fans weren't how they were on Monday on my show, I would be way more lenient and be like, and even though I don't play it much, I would gladly give games like Gravity Rush props more. But since their fans are obnoxious assholes, I'm gonna be an asshole back to you. Because you guys come to our channels and troll. So some y'all have done even worse. Some y'all has what y'all did to try to do to guys like Hebot in the past. Y'all can go to hell. So they get no mercy from me.
Oh yeah. Now you don't hear it. Now you can't hear a fart in the wind. You don't.
Yeah.
You don't hear nothing now. It's just us rocking out. Talking about gaming and Xbox and different things like that. And like you said, Unlimited, you're right. They will be back. I mean, they're lying dormant for right now, but they will be back. They'll be back. When you hear a little inkling of something or something like that, they'll be back out there.
Yeah.
They will.
I mean, the only thing about that is, what do they got to talk about? They don't have nothing to talk about now. I don't give a shit what game they got coming out. They don't have nothing to talk about.
Yeah, they don't got nothing to talk about until September when Starfield releases.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They start counting the blades of grass and all that stuff.
Yeah, and they watch it exclusively on their YouTube app on PS5.
Yep.
While we play it.
Yep. They'll be saying something, man. They'll be saying something. You remember, Unlimited, when we were watching the show? Remember the one dude said, "I'll believe it when I see it." You know what I mean? So yeah, they'll be talking shit on Starfield big time. I know they will.
Yeah.
I know, but yet they petition the game.
Games we got coming on Game Pass. We got the external, the Primal.
What is it?
Primal is the Primal or normal?
Oh, Exo Primal, yeah.
Exo Primal.
Comes out tomorrow.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
Oh wow,
yeah.
That's coming back quick. I remember trying the demo.
Yeah, I just found out Everlast 2 is coming to Game Pass, and I think I'm gonna try that game out. It's another space game, but it looks interesting.
Okay.
Everlast 2, Unlimited?
Yeah, day one on Game Pass in August.
Well, Unlimited and Dan, hey man, before you go talk, man, I gotta tell you real quick. Man, I've been addicted to that one game where I'm running a laundromat. I can't stop playing that game, man.
I've heard of people talking about that.
I haven't.
Arcade Paradise.
I'm gonna have to. That's in Game Pass.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna
I've
look.
heard
I'm gonna look
other
that
people
up.
talk about that. Like it's a laundromat, and then you got a arcade in the back. Is it something like that?
Yeah, there's an arcade in the back, and I think
Yeah,
it's your dad's business, and
yeah,
he
yeah,
he'll send you a text. You got to go to the computer. He tells you what to do and all that stuff, and you wash people's clothes to make money. And I've been addicted to that. Something got me. I got addicted to the game. It's really, you got to take the trash out. You got to wash the clothes. You got
yeah.
to empty you have to empty the coin slots out of the video games. You have to clean up. You have to fix the toilet when it's broken. It's just different things you do in a game, and I got addicted to that, man.
It seems like it's the next Vampire Survivors based on what I've
Huh?
heard. It's like it's a lot of people seem like they're
Yeah,
starting to get addicted to it.
yeah.
And
That's
what's
that's
the name of it again?
It's called Arcade Paradise. Tuck. Arcade Paradise. It's in Game Pass. It's a real chill game. It's chill. It's a chill game. It is. It's a chill game where you just do things and you chill and play the game. It's a real chill game. It's different. It's different. I like it. I think it's pretty cool. You earn money to buy more arcade machines, and you also earn money to expand the building.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool right there.
Yeah, I like it.
And then you hear Toolman down here said it's an awesome game. It is. It's an addicting game too. Just like that Daya said, Vampire Survivors. It's a very addicting game. It's a very addicting game, man. I don't even think they're done with that. I think they're going to bring out another Vampire Survivors. That game did so well. I think they're going to try. I bet you they're making another one because it did that well.
I was addicted to it. I couldn't stop playing that thing.
Yeah. I still played there.
I got it. So I own it. So yeah, from time to time I go back to it.
I bought that mug too. I did. I said, what? I said, the hell with it. And every DLC comes out there, I buy it. Every DLC come out, I'll buy it. It's like $1 or something. I'm like, shit, let me buy the DLC.
Yeah.
The add on to it. It adds on more boards and stuff you got to do in Vampire Survivors. And it's only a couple of dollars. I think it's only like $1 something or $2. But I mean, it's worth it. It's worth it. So I like it. But hey, on that note, guys, that's all I really wanted to talk about with my Xbox family, man, was the FTC court hearing and Microsoft win. And again, big shouts out to Phil and the whole Xbox team, Sarah Bond, all of them, Matt the Don Booty, all of them, man. You know, out here just, man. I mean, they're just blowing everything out of water, bro. I mean, it's really good for Xbox fans, man. Over here, we're having fun. Like I said, you know, I say we're eating good over here. It's a fantastic day, man. It's a fantastic day, bro. Even Hebot told me that there's people that close their Twitter down, man.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, people like they was on the back of milk cartons and stuff looking for.
Yeah, man.
Oh man, it was so funny yesterday.
Yeah, man, they're closing their Twitters down. Look, they're running. Look, in all reality, just give it up. They're running out of stuff, man. I mean, they're running out of stuff. I mean, yeah, they'll try to look for different things, but there ain't nothing that they can do, bro. They're running out of stuff, man. I mean, what are they going to do now? Just like Unlimited said, he's probably right. When Starfield comes out, they'll nitpick that every milk and cranny. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I can see that fruition coming true. But I mean, it's really over. It's over right now. It's not looking good for Sony right now. It just isn't, man. It isn't. It's not looking good. It doesn't matter how many consoles you got out there, Sony. It's just not looking good for you. It's not. It really isn't. You got all this competition coming out. Then they want to bring out a handheld. I don't know what's possessed them to do that shit, man. To bring out a damn handheld right now. I mean, seriously, that's a waste of money. They're wasting money. It's not going to be able to compete. It's not. You can't even take it out of your house. It's not going to be able to compete.
Yeah.
Why bring it out? It's not even, you get play it in your house and that's it. Oh, let me walk to the basement. Let me walk to my room. I mean, you can't take it out. Let me walk around the house if it doesn't go out or whatever. I mean, you can't do nothing with it. I mean, why are you bringing that out, man? I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. But anyways, we're going to do our closeouts, man. I want to thank everybody for coming and joining me, Daya, and my brother, Hebot, Unlimited Productions, and, of course, DJ Tuckmaster today on the show. Again, it's a good time for us. You know, we're celebrating. What's up, channel? Thank you for coming, man. I want to thank the chat for coming and rocking out with us, man. Google poll all you guys, the realists, everybody, man. Just coming out, deploy all you guys. Thank you for supporting our channels and supporting our podcast, man. We really appreciate y'all because without y'all, we wouldn't be nothing, bro. We need y'all for support, man, and we really appreciate you guys every single time that you rock out with me, Unlimited, and the Unlimited Truth, the Outlaws of Xbox podcast. We got next, which I think Hebot's going to end up doing one here he's just been very, very busy. So I cannot wait for him to do that. And also the lines in, what'd you say, Daya?
I said, right. Yeah, he has been busy. I haven't seen much of Hebot.
And also Unlimited, we got to give a big, big shout out to our brother. Aloha to our brother, the Hawaiian Xbox brother. Sega Forever with the Jerry Lewis Marathon podcast. We got to give a big shout out to our brother, Sega Forever, man. He's been making a lot of videos. He's been doing podcasts. Big shout out to 100 doing podcasts back to back. The old 100 is back.
Did Sega Forever finally pay you that overtime for that show you did at 3 a.m.?
No, I didn't get it.
The Microsoft check is in the mail. Okay.
Yeah,
that's
man. I don't know how y'all do it. I don't know how you do it. Didn't Daya hang in there with you one time?
We don't. We all leave. We all leave early too.
Yeah, man.
We leave early, and then we find out somebody took our place. That's how his show works.
You know who really can hang with him is the realist.
The realist is
on with him all night long. The realist can do it, man. He stays on with him.
He's a vampire. That's why.
Yeah.
He can stay up all night. Yeah, he's good. He's very good. I thought I hung in there one time, but man, I passed out the second I got
Did
off.
you?
Yeah, I did. I said I can't do a night like that again. I mean, that was rough.
You know what he wants? He wants other Unlimited. He wants other Zinc on there. He wants Zinc to come on there.
Zinc's never been on this show?
I don't think Zinc's been on there yet. Zinc, have you been on the show? I don't think Zinc has been on there yet. Zinc, you're in the chat.
Yeah. I mean, I know Zinc is a busy man, but we need to give him.
I don't think Zinc's been on.
You have to go through what we went through.
Zinc to apply. Just go to www. That's how you apply for a position. SegaForever.com, and then choose the shift. Choose the shift you want.
Hey, Unlimited, he wrote no, not yet. Well, Zinc, hey man, if you can do it, if you could do that Jerry Lewis Marathon, man, of the Wrecking Crew podcast, brother, I want to see you do it, man, because I know the realist is always on there with him. I got up at 5 in the morning to get ready for work, and they were on because I got on with them for a little bit. Yeah,
two minutes is correct, man.
What do you say, man?
It make me laugh when Sega Forever says, "I'm just gonna do a short stream and I'm not gonna be here long." Then 18 hours later.
Hey, Tool Man, you can't make that up, man. You can't make that up. You're right, man. Thank you for coming, DSX, man, Macho, man. Thank you for coming, brother. But we're gonna do our outros because I know my people got to go. And they got things they got to do. And it's beginning to come nighttime. And there's people got to eat, want to do stuff. So we're going to get on out of here. So we'll start with Brother Tuck. Are you there, man?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, brother. Thank you for coming and joining the show today, man. We're really great having you again on the Outlaws of Xbox podcast, which all my brothers and the First Lady of Chat are a part of. So do your outro, man, and do your last thoughts. And thanks for coming, Tuck. Go ahead, man.
Hey everybody, your boy DJ Tugmaster 785, the original Pony Killer, and the glue factory is open. You can come to my house any damn day with them damn ponies, and I will make their ass out of some damn glue. I promise you that. And then I might send it back to you. I might just bury them. So it all depends on how I feel. But all I gotta say is this: to these clowns out here that's always bashing Xbox and always downing Xbox and Microsoft and what they doing. Okay, we got the last laugh, and I'm loving it, and y'all can't do a damn thing about it.
Nope.
Sony got exposed for what they really are. So now we're gonna see how Sony how they're gonna have people gonna really react to Sony now.
Yeah.
So that's all I gotta say about that.
All right, thank you, Tuck. I really appreciate it, man. Your input today was on point, Tuck. You've been on point, man. It's very good to see you on point with everything, man. When it comes to us talking about our system of choice, which is the best box, which is the Xbox. So, man, thank you, man. I really appreciate it. On that note, brother, Unlimited Productions podcast is always on fire, man. Always on point, man. Unlimited Production. Go ahead and give us your last thoughts, brother, and do your outro, man.
Yeah, that's right. It's your boy Unlimited Production, and I just got two things to say. One, this Saturday or Sunday, look out for an interest. Hopefully, I could do it this weekend, but it should be a very interesting video that I think people are going to like.
I'm gonna watch it.
And two, I'm doing a giveaway for 3 months of Game Pass
Yes.
Ultimate.
Yes.
I'm choosing a winner on September 1st in time for Starfield.
Yes.
So go to my channel and under the community tab, that's how you enter. Super, super easy. I couldn't have made it easier than pop that for you to guys join. And other than that, you can find me on my channel, Limited Production, where where the truth comes when the truth is needed.
That's right. That's right. Thank you, Unlimited, for coming. Always coming in with the unlimited truth, on the podcast. And man, just great thoughts today, Unlimited, on the FTC, man, and your opinions on everything. It was great, man. It's very knowledgeable, guys. So remember what Unlimited said. Please go check out his channel. Support my brother Unlimited's channel, man. It's really well appreciated. We appreciate everybody that supports our family of Xbox, man. We really appreciate that, man. Unlimited's always on fire. I'm so glad to be off early, because I work early now for the summer from where I work at. And Unlimited, I'm always glad to join his the Unlimited Truth podcast and support my brother Unlimited, man, which I will always do, as always. You know what I mean? So thank you, Unlimited, for coming. Daya 4568, the first lady of chat that brings also that gaming knowledge, man. And Daya is always on point with her facts when it comes to gaming, with Xbox, PlayStation. She's always on point, and I'm so glad to have Daya under our family umbrella of podcasts. And it's always a blessing and a welcome to have Daya with our podcast. So Daya, can you give us your outros and your last thoughts of the FTC, or anything you would like to say what's going on there? So please go ahead and do your outro and just give us your last thoughts.
Well, thank you so much for saying all those kind things. I really appreciate it, Sega Man, and it's always an honor to be on your show and Unlimited's and other podcasts that have me as guests sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Typically you can find me in the chat section. Sometimes I don't always type because I might be busy, but I might be listening to shows. So
right.
But I hope that at the very least I can entertain you guys, and I'm always looking out for my chat. I like for to have fun with them, and to mainly make sure that the information they get is at least as sound as we can make it. We try to do our best, right? I just want you guys to know, like, I know you guys have been celebrating since yesterday, but understand it may be a little hiccup here and there. These people will fight into the bitter end, but I would just say that this is one of the greatest years of Xbox, and think about that. You guys still think back to the 360 era, but I think honestly, I think this is a little bit better, guys. I think this is better than the 360 era. I mean, what's happening now is history making, and I say enjoy it. And leading up to Starfield, get your backlogs out of the way, because you're not going to leave that game for quite a while.
Oh yeah.
So take care of that, and also check out the Idea Xbox game demos. I think they're out now, and so
yes,
make sure you guys are doing that. Support those devs and check out their stuff, and give them some tips or something or whatever, if that's what they're looking for. But yeah, guys, thank you for supporting us. Thank you for coming to the podcast and listening to us. We're all of us are a bunch of nobodies that just like gaming, and you guys come to listen to us, and we really do appreciate that. So thank you.
Thank you, Dad. Ed Channel, I really like that, man. He said that Dad is the queen of Xbox Green. I like
cool.
that, Channel. I like that, man. That is cool, bro. I
Channel.
like that. That's cool, man. The queen of Xbox Green. I can definitely agree with you on that, Channel. Yeah. She is the queen of Xbox Green. She is. She's the queen of Xbox Green. I can definitely agree on that. And other Zinc, thank you for rocking out with us always in the chat. And if you ever get time to come on, with us, man, that would be much appreciated. I want to thank Hebot for coming. He was here, but he had to go. Hebot's busy. I think he was on the road. He probably had to pick up his son from work or whatever. But thank you very much, Hebot, for coming and rocking out with me, man. Support Hebot with Toys in My Closet when he does his figures and statues and things like that in 4K. So check out Hebot on his channel, man. And when he does his thoughts on the gaming community, some of the best work that ever been and graced YouTube, man, when it comes to gaming. All right, guys. So, and my last thoughts is, real quick, Sony started this, and it's not to be mean. Sony started it, and Microsoft's going to end it. That's just the way it is, man. That's the way it is. So Microsoft is going to end it. They started this fight. Microsoft is going to end that fight.
Yep.
That's just the reality, So, guys, we're going to get out of here. My family on here got to go do things. So, peace and love, guys. Xbox for life, brothers. We don't die. We multiply. And you know what your boy Sega, man, always says, man. We're eating good over here. Peace, guys.
Bye.